What's up, guys? Welcome back to the X Storm Show. I'm your host, Apex Rebel X, and welcome to our season finale for season 1. Yes, sadly, season 1 is being brought to an end as of right now, uh, due to the fact that many of us are in some much needed need for rest. We are trying to move on to other projects such as the JJ420 show and a couple of other little things you're probably going to see some teaser videos for over the next couple of months. Uh, Before anyone decides to ask, season 2 of the X Storm show will be airing this August. um, and before you ask, yes, it's due to the fact that, JJ420 and I, we both have kids together, and they're getting ready to get out for the summer break. And uh, for anyone out there who has children, you already know when kids get out for the summer, you want to try to take as much time to spend with them as possible. So, got a little bit of personal reasoning for wanting to end season 1 of the show. I'm really sorry, guys, but aside from re-airing season 2 in late August, you guys will be seeing my ugly mug as well as Mr. Magic Mike Ovard and JJ420 all together in the same location for our live broadcast special sometime in July. We are looking towards the middle of July to do this, but we're not 100% sure yet. The X Storm show will be having a live special in July. That's all I can tell you for right now. So, without further ado, let's get on down to this season finale. So, this first segment of the season finale is going to be a composition of all of my favorite moments within the show, specifically dealing with interactions between me and Mr. Magic Mike Ovard. Uh, Before we move on to this, I'd really like to ask you guys to like and subscribe. You will be seeing some more content from us in future videos over the next couple of months, just to let you know. We haven't forgotten about you, and we haven't forgotten about the YouTube channel. We're just working on other things now. And believe it or not, that's actually one of the bits of advice that I have given in this series so far, is taking a step back to figure things out, work on other things until you figure out the problem that you're currently having with your current project. This is something we all have to do, and yes, taking some personal time off is going to be a bonus for me, as I am trying to spend a little bit more time with my boys. They're both beautiful. One of them's about to be graduating from pre-K. Yes, he's graduating from a Head Start program and going into regular pre-kindergarten. I'm very excited, very riled up. I've also got my other son. He's been remarkable lately. Really big help, considering that, I know last week you guys were promised another episode. I apologize for not delivering on that promise. I had every intention to. However, some health issues with not only myself but JJ420 came up, and the both of us had to spend a little bit of time down in the pillows, if you get what I mean. For me, it was a series of sinus infections, stomach bug. I even got a head cold. Thanks to the bipolar ass weather here in Michigan. JJ420, of course, also has pre-existing conditions, and due to some recent changes with her medical regimen, those conditions flared up. But rest assured, She's perfectly fine, and she'll be back with us here soon. So, to move on from this, let's go ahead and get right into it. This sequence, like I said, is a composition of some of my favorite moments within the first season, and I hope they're actually some of your favorite moments too. If you see a moment that is your favorite, or you want to recommend something, that was kind of your favorite moment within the series. I don't know how many episodes all of you have watched. Some of you have gone all the way back to the beginning and came up with us. Some of you have probably just watched an episode or two and was like, this is great, watched an episode or two, this is pathetic. I don't blame you. I do the same thing. On a regular. I will skip episodes that I don't care for, especially as some of my favorite shows. There are some episodes that, in my honest opinion, are too political for my tastes, and I will skip right over those episodes without a care in the world. Even though these are shows that happen to be some of my favorite productions ever made by Seth MacFarlane, Todd McFarlane, just so many great creators out there that I kind of grew up watching their productions. I do the same thing. But if you have any recommendations for future videos that you want to see, don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comment box. I'll try to address your concerns as quickly as possible. And if you happen to continue watching us in season 2, when it starts up later in August, we're thinking somewhere along the lines of August the 22nd, then be sure to mention so. And if you want any sort of advice on like the financial situation, I will actually be starting up a smaller series that will have to do with financial advice. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment box below if you want to be a part of that. But the best way to keep up with us is to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Smash that notification bell. If you happen to be somebody who's on Facebook, don't be afraid to smash that follow button and follow us on Facebook. That's another good way to keep up with us. Now, without further ado, here's our composition of my favorite moments. Hey, Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me here. I mean, it's been a while since we ever had a chance to chit-chat, so I appreciate you taking time out and inviting me on today. I'm super stoked and excited to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, how's the weather down there in South Kakalaki?
It's been South Kakalaki weather, so it was literally at 7 a.m. this morning, it was 40 degrees, and now it's 72.
Oh, quit whining, you pussy. Up here this
saying.
Morning, it was only like 29 degrees.
Well, okay, there's a little bit of a difference for you and me here, okay? I'm on an island and you're there.
Yeah, I suppose that does make a difference. Well, I'm actually excited to have you here on the show with us today, Mike. And as I understand it, you've actually been following the show so far, and
I have. I'm a big fan. I love all your topics and all the stuff that you're talking about here, and I think it's vital information, that you're being kind enough to provide to a lot of people, that are, recently just starting out or kind of scared to step out of the, out of the shadow and trying to do something different, and I feel like that you're a good source for education purposes, and since you dabble in a little bit of everything anyway, whether you're dabbling into your filmmaking or your animation or your comic books, you do a lot of stuff, man. You're like a jack of all trades, so you're worth a lot of information there to have a lot of different topics on. So yeah, I've been digging the show, loving it. I like it a lot better since you get to actually at least see some of you, because the podcast that was in the dark was kind of weird, but other than that, I dig it.
Yeah, I thought I'd see how these lights looked on camera, but I kind of had a little bit of an amateur cameraman, still has a lot to learn. So
Gotcha.
that's why I'm kind of switching gears and sticking to the 1080p cam on my system. So that's definitely.
Hey, well, I don't know. I know that everybody else is going to be able to see this crystal clear because I see you crystal clear. All right, so the camera's working great.
Absolutely, and that's awesome. And, you know, I actually have to mention to anybody who might be watching this at the moment, Magic Mike Ovard is actually one of the people who was kind enough to give me a little critique and say, hey, you know, I know you personally, and, you know, the first couple of videos kind of remind me of your ROTC days. You're like, way too serious, man. We need to lighten this up a bit. So
yeah, it was still good. It was informative. It's just that it's like I know you, and it's just like you have so much personality behind you, and I felt like you were like conserving it and hiding it for no reason whatsoever.
yeah, I definitely feel you on that one, dude. And honestly, we got a lot more stuff coming out here soon that I think even you will enjoy. Like JJ420, we're actually going to start having her own little show, literally called the JJ420 Show. In case anybody is wondering, yes, we are in a pot legal state, so we are going to smoke some ganja. We're going to have some laughs, and we're just going to laugh at some of the stupidest shit you could possibly watch.
I'm looking forward to that because I imagine that show's going to be pretty entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, JJ.
You let her know she needs a guest spot. I'll be happy to be on there too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But you know, going ahead and getting down to things, man. Mike, as I understand it, you're not like me. You don't come from, you know, a small town and, you know, pretty much the asshole of South Carolina. And
no.
just so people out there know, the reason why I call it the asshole of South Carolina is we are the second to last town you pass on 95. I swear, if you blink, you will miss the exit.
Absolutely.
Mike here is actually from Las Vegas, Nevada, as I understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born in California, raised in Las Vegas. Been doing magic since I was 15 years old. Started doing magic because my sister worked for a shop called Houdini's Magic in Las Vegas. I saw a magician take somebody's key card and throw it around their entire body, and they spun it, caught it, and then handed it back to the person. I was like, I want to do that. So my sister bought me my very first magic trick. I started performing it outside, and I started learning it, and I started floating a dollar bill outside of my apartment complex. Next thing I know, I have a bunch of people around me, and they're watching me, and I'm all like, I got to do something else. So I let the bill slowly fall to the ground, and I made it jump back into my hand, and then I uncrumbled it and handed it out to somebody to look at. And then this other guy gave me $5 and said, kid, don't ever work for free. And I haven't since.
Well, in the words of one of my favorite DC characters, when you're good at what you do, never do it for free.
Damn right. And I love it. I mean, I've been doing gigs here and there. I have a steady once a year show that I do for a lady out here for Halloween time. You know, you were there for my last one. Just so if any of you are wondering, if you ever want to check out some of my videos, you can on my Facebook page. But the latest one that I have on there, my latest magic show, was because X was the one that recorded it. So if you notice that the quality's a lot better and you can see the tricks a lot better, make sure you give that man a thanks for that, because I've already thanked him, but y'all should thank him too, because the year prior to that, I had his brother filming it, and it was very rocky, and you can hear him kind of talking crap in the background, and, you know, going like, oh, why don't these people get out of my way? And I'm like, dude, you can't talk while you're the cameraman, shut up. But, you know, it's whatever. This year was much better, so thank you, X.
Yeah, man, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to get together and shoot another show like that. And you know, most people think that, you know, it is impossible to get into the entertainment industry, and what they don't realize is that is a both true and false statement.
No, I decided to go full time on my YouTube channel. What? yeah, I'm gonna go full-time YouTuber. And I'm thinking to myself, at first I was like, that sounds stupid, right? But I use YouTube as an outlet
Exactly.
to try to promote my business. Your
This show
is
goes
on YouTube. So YouTube, being a YouTuber, when I think about it, is just a way to be in the entertainment industry without the Hollywood hype. Because my son, my 12-year-old son, one of his favorite singers is a YouTube star.
Yeah.
All right. Some of my favorite things to watch are YouTubers. One of my all-time favorite shows on YouTube is the Slow Mo Guys. I fucking love those guys. And they're part of the Rooster Teeth Entertainment. Same people who make Red vs. Blue.
Dude, Team 4-Star with all their abridged anime series. I mean, my personal favorite is Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
Yeah, between that one and DBZ.
Yeah, and speaking of DBZ, we actually want to have a little bit of a moment of silence as an anime legend has passed away on the 1st of March. Akira Toriyama, who was my idol growing up. I grew up learning to draw anime by drawing his DBZ characters. I even drew a version of Goku at Super Saiyan 3. This is long before even GT came out. I drew Goku with a half-smoked cigarette hanging out of his mouth, his gi all ripped to shreds, shackles on his wrists, around his ankles with broken chains, and I wrote a quote right next to the picture because people misinterpret what the Super Saiyan represents. I wrote a quote, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What does kill you and you come back from, that's something special. That's invincibility." Okay, for anyone who's watched DBZ all the way from the original Dragon Ball in the 80s, all the way up to the current Dragon Ball Super, Goku has lived and died more times than Constantine from the DC universe.
Yeah, that says a lot.
That dude has been to hell so many times, I'm pretty sure he has a condo right there on the second floor of
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got lava.
Lucifer's palace.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got lava front property.
Dude, lava front property is the best. You can see all the succubus down on the beach walking around nude. Don't hit up one of those, though. You're liable to catch something you need medication to get rid of. Yeah, it sounds actually a lot like my ex. You know the one I'm talking about, Mikey.
Sounds exactly like her. 100%.
Dude, sometimes I swear she would pick up a drug or pick up a beer and be like, hold on. Just pretend this is a beer. My process. My process. My process. I never could do it, dude. I'm not a beer kind of guy. I'm the type of drinker that needs a little class in my glass.
I like some Jack or some Jameson.
Dude, I'm right up the same alley. You remember that one 4th of July? I drunk your behind on the table. I remember
that 4th of July.
Yes, sir.
I was using both my kids to stabilize myself while we were watching fireworks.
Yeah, that was definitely a good time.
That was fun. It was fun.
So, too many times I've seen people disappear trying to pursue the industry, but a lot of people tend to make a comeback. It's like they recycle and reinvent themselves as they're trying to do. And, I've had to reinvent myself plenty of times. And as I understand it, Mike, you actually recycle some of your Magic material. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. I've actually recycled quite a few things before with Magic. Like for a prime example, right? So a lot of people don't realize how many decks of cards a magician actually goes through, because you have your practice decks, those get worn out. You got decks that aren't fully complete anymore because you've handed out cards that were signed or whatever as souvenirs for your guests. So when you have an incomplete deck and you have no purpose for it anymore, I'm going to show you how you can recycle it. It's very simple. You take your recycling case, which is completely empty, okay? And then you take your deck of cards that you don't need anymore. You place them inside of your recycling bin, and then they're recycled. Just like that.
That trick still gets me. I'm still trying to figure out, like, how do you do that? Now watch, he'll pull that box right back out of it. Mike, I don't recommend sticking your pecker in there, though. That might be lost. That might be lost to the void at that point.
Yeah, no, void is no. No, I don't recommend that for anybody because I don't know where the cards go. Yeah. And to be honest with you, me get really close up to you on this here. If you can fit your penis in there, is it really a penis? Ugh.
At that point, no, I don't even think it's a man.
I want you to see my pinky. It has a hard time getting in.
Dude, I'm pretty sure the clitoris would have a hard time getting in there. Guest.
Well, I mean, it'd be cool to do a live show, and then everybody who's chiming into the live, they'll start talking to us, via the messages, and then answering questions and stuff like that. While you're answering questions, I can kind of scroll through and see what the next set of questions are, so that way we can, kind of double team it.
Absolutely. So, Mike, I told you like 6 or 7 different titles the other day, man.
I am dying to know about what this Red Raven thing is about.
An oldie but goodie. So, Red Ravens is something I kind of came up with back when I was a teenager. For any of us who came up even just a little bit in the 90s, all of us can remember watching Saturday morning cartoons on Fox Kids. And one of the shows that came on, it was always on in the early morning hours. I rarely got to see the episodes, but luckily I got to watch the whole series thanks to YouTube. The Mega Man Show. For any of you anime junkies who are true anime junkies, Mega Man is a must-know classic. Because not only do you have regular Mega Man, but you also have Mega Man X. It is one of the longest-running game franchises there has ever been. I myself was blessed to play Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo.
That was a damn good game.
A rat when I was a kid.
Damn good game. Love that game.
So, with Red Raven, I wanted to implicate that Mega Man effect to him. Make him like he's something special. There's something special about him that constantly allows him to change up his arsenal, change up his form. And so, basically, everybody knows I'm a horror junkie to the end. So I wanted to make this guy fucking scary. If I had to create a comparison off of well-known IP, my man Keanu Reeves, you're going to love this if you ever see this, bro. Red Raven is pretty much John Wick mixed with Constantine.
That sounds like a very dangerous combination there.
Yeah, very dangerous indeed. You're talking about a man who can completely atomize a portion of his anatomy and convert it into biological machinery. Like, he has these cells in his body, and he also has a radioactive signature. Because this is basically one of my many post apocalypse type projects. The world is still rebuilding, everything has signs that the world obviously went to hell. And so, like, all of this occurred due to an interdimensional collapse. Basically, the scientist who was messing around with stuff he shouldn't have been messing with under the influence of an interdimensional entity, he basically breaks the dimensional fabrics between our world and a world that some would probably describe as hell. Because these interdimensional creatures take physical manifestation as machines.
Wow.
In our world, they cannot come as flesh and bone.
So this is going to end up being a comic book then, or a graphic novel type project?
Well, actually, yes, because that's how I wrote the original story.
Okay.
In terms of handwriting, this story was almost as long as the very first story I ever wrote, which was back when I was 15. I started writing a book, and I just kept going and going and going. And the next thing you know, I had a book written within a year that was literally about that thick.
Wow.
More than 870 pages of graphic novel.
Wow.
Which was all done in handwriting first.
That's beyond a graphic novel. That's a series.
And the funny part is, the first book covers the first two bloodlines of this family that the book revolves around.
That sounds pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I even started writing a sequel to it.
Where do we? So since the first one's pretty much done, when do we think that we might, the public might actually get to see a release on that and be able to start, get their hands on it?
Well, sadly, I lost the pages to Chronicles of Van Zyl not long after I moved out of my mom's place when I was 18.
Gotcha.
And I went to college. A lot of it ended up severely damaged.
Gotcha. So you're rewriting.
Yeah, that one I'm rewriting. That is a book that I'm definitely going to try to have released this year. As well as the one we're on, Red Ravens.
Awesome.
So pretty much the way Red Ravens goes is there's literally this guy, funny enough, named John Raven.
Okay.
So you have John Wick, you have John Constantine. John is just a good name to use.
It is a good name, not gonna lie.
So with basically a whole bunch of hellish operations done to his body. And I'm not talking plastic surgery. I'm talking about chemical injections, dying, being brought back to life just to die again. He had to go through this for several years. But that is only in the prelogue. The prelogue is written out. The actual story begins after he has his powers and is pursuing the scientists responsible for making our world into the hellscape that it is. And this is going to be a serialized project eventually. This is going to be an animated project.
It sounds like it would be a pretty badass animated project.
Oh, yeah. And the cool thing about this guy... Uh-oh, we got some phone action going on. One of the coolest things about this guy is he does not quit. And the worse he gets beat down, even brought to death several times throughout the story, he actually comes back from all of that so fucking strong that just within this first book, the universe fears him. And when I say the universe, I mean every extraterritorial dimension around. But as he journeys through this story, the reason why the title Red Ravens is plural is he ends up finding other people who are mutations like him and who admire him so much that he trains them to be other Red Ravens.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that sounds like a really cool project that you got working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, dude, some of the creature work in this, not even a mother could love that face. Because I'm talking about putting some pretty grotesque shit in this.
So, my next question is another project that you got working. Because I know you guys have multiple projects. We only have so much time in a show to talk about them all. So, I've only selected a few. But my next one is one you had a working title going and you finally came up with that title. And that would be A Breed of Evil.
Yes.
What can you tell us about A Breed of Evil?
Okay, so A Breed of Evil kind of surrounds this cop who is sent out to this mansion to investigate disappearance of several people who went out to this mansion but never returned. And like the disappearances are becoming more and more frequent. With A Breed of Evil, this is sort of Resident Evil and Evil Within slapped together in perfect quantity. He goes to this mansion and right off the rip, he finds himself in a situation where he's got these like oversized zombies coming at him. These are mutated aberrations that have grown to inhuman heights. You're talking about zombies that are like between 8 and 10 feet fucking tall. And in this mansion, these creatures are just walking around, but there's even worse waiting the further inside he gets. He ends up trying to escape the mansion only to find that the road that he came in, as well as everything surrounding the mansion, has fallen into lava. He is trapped and has no way out of this mansion. So he ends up having to battle his way through these creatures, and worse, there's other creatures that are bigger and more ferocious than the zombies.
Wow.
And the whole thing about it is he doesn't realize that he entered a dimension of pure nightmare when he crossed the threshold into that mansion during a certain hour of night. So, like, this mansion only leaves our dimension at a certain time at night, and when the sun rises, it returns.
Wow. That certainly is a breed of evil.
Oh, and it gets sicker than that, dude. This has all the elements
we don't want to give. Well, now, hold on now, X. We both know that we don't want to give too much away, because if we start giving too much away, then people are all like, well, I feel like I've already watched it.
You know me, I get excited when I talk about
I know you get excited when you talk about the projects, but, you gotta, it's like you always tell me, you give them a taste and you leave it alone. And then maybe again you give them a little taste and you leave it alone.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that this one is also going to be a printed series.
Awesome. To talk about some of your live projects that you were talking about doing in the future. I don't know if you have anything set in stone yet, or any kind of titles out there yet, or
No, not really. Um, I am wanting to do a couple of live actions, but that requires more people and resources than I currently have.
fair
Um,
enough.
but be that as it may, I am kind of theorizing some stuff in my head. I just don't know how I'm going to go about executing it just yet in terms of putting a story to it. Right now, I kind of have the visuals in my head, but not really the story, if that makes any sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, I didn't mean to get off topic, but that was just piquing my curiosity. So, last but certainly not least, what can we tell people about Gemini Order?
Ah, yes. Okay, so Gemini Order is a full on paranormal project. If I had to absolutely describe it with known IP, it would be the Avengers meets the Order of. Um, damn, that movie slips my tongue. Oh, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Ah, okay.
Um,
Okay.
Pretty much, this is one of those projects. It's not a post apocalyptic, and it occurs in a made up world, but what they call paranormals are actually people who have the ability to utilize different forms of magic.
Okay.
So pretty much everybody's a paranormal means they're a witch of some sort of variety, witch or warlock. Um, However, magic works a little bit differently in this story because they have to use what's called catalysts, which is everyday items that are specifically theirs that can utilize their ectoplasm, which is pretty much the invisible layer of energy every soul has. And that item transforms into a piece of an outfit that allows them to use certain powers.
Huh. Okay. That sounds pretty awesome. Now, is this one also going to be a graphic novel as well as an actual live animation project?
Yes, it is. There's a total of right off the rip 5 characters
Okay.
that you will constantly see.
Okay.
One of them is one of them goes by codename Psycho, which means he's a psychokinetic. He can use any form of magic so long as he either sees it or absorbs it in some sort of way.
Okay.
Um, Basically, like a copycat practitioner. However, he does have his own sets of spells that he utilizes through melee weapons and a couple varieties of guns that he carries.
Okay. Who else do we got on this team?
Uh, we have pretty much a character I think a lot of guys are going to get a super boner for, which is Madame Lycan. Madame Lycan is actually a shaman, which means she can control elements of nature, but she can also turn into a she-wolf, which is the female version of a werewolf.
Okay. That seems pretty cool.
And while in that form, she can actually, while she's in that form, she can actually use her elemental magic. It's not a one or the other scenario.
Okay.
You've also got, and I swear you're going to love how I came up with this one. He goes by the name Double Shock. His
Double
real
Shock?
name is Tyler Stevens, which anyone who knows me
Nice.
knows that that's my brother's name backwards. Oh, love the kid, and I'm proud of him. He's getting ready to go to college.
Yes, he is. September.
Yeah, it
He
feels like just
graduates,
yesterday I was changing his diapers.
I know. He graduates June 6th and off to college in September.
Nice.
It's not that far away if you really think about it. We're already heading into April.
The fourth member of the team goes by codename Mechator.
Mechator.
He's an alchemist. He summons metallic objects and stuff like that to his body and transforms himself into sort of like a mechanical minotaur wielding fast machine guns.
Nice.
And he also breathes fire.
Just because, why the fuck not?
Why not? I mean, he can break through walls. He's got the ability to burn shit while he's at it.
Who's the last member of this team?
The last member of the team is actually Psycho's twin sister.
Okay.
Her name is Rebecca, and as far as anyone knows, she's not a magician. She's not a paranormal. She's instead, like Psycho, a member of an organization that polices paranormal active crimes, which means crimes that are committed by paranormals. This task force goes after them. They call themselves the Bureau of Paranormal Police Commission.
Okay. So they don't actually technically have powers.
What's that?
So so they don't actually technically have powers then.
I must
Like
have
the sister doesn't have powers technically then.
that anyone knows about. I can
Okay.
neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. That I can neither confirm or deny. Thanks a lot, Feige. Thanks a lot. Fucking Kevin Feige. God damn it. I can either confirm or deny. That's a good theory. I can either confirm or deny it.
All I can say is she is a badass even without magical powers.
Now, do we have a designated leader of this team? Like somebody who, kind of directs them and everything?
Psycho.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and
Now,
Psycho...
Now, what about Psycho? Now, we know that his sister doesn't have any powers, but does Psycho have powers?
What's that?
Now, we know that his sister doesn't have powers, but does Psycho have powers?
Yes. He's a psychokinetic.
Okay. That's right. Yeah. But it appears that the sister doesn't, but we're not sure because you can either confirm or deny that. I have a feeling that when we do confirm or deny this, which it sounds more like a confirm than anything else, it's going to be something fucking of epic proportions.
I will neither confirm nor deny, but it's an excellent theory. All I can
That's the
say
answer
is
I
you
was
better catch the
expecting.
season finale of season 1.
That's pretty much the answer I was expecting. Exactly what I was expecting. But since my last question was about Gemini Order, and since that question involved magic, I actually have something I'd like to show you.
Oh, yes.
So, what I have is my special set of crayons and my special coloring book. A lot of people don't think that magicians do anything else besides magic stuff. Well, that's true, and we also have a special way we like to color also. So as you can see by my special coloring book, it's completely blank. Well, not blank, but I mean, it's not colored in. But if I take my crayons and I go like this to them, give it a little rubbity dub 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 in the book, you can see that the crayons are actually gone. But in turn, is the fastest way you could possibly color a coloring book.
Wow.
But I'm pretty positive that if we take our crayons and that, oh wait, this is the blank box. I think I might have messed up my book a little bit.
Oh no.
Completely, is it? Yeah, it's pretty blank. Okay. I got an idea. Okay, so here's my thought process. If I go and get my crayons back, there we go. That seems to work. And we go like this to the book, maybe, just maybe, we can just start from where we left off at the beginning.
Now that is impressive.
Yeah. I seem to lose my crayons quite a bit, though. But it's not that big of a deal because all you got to do is turn the beat around. Got your crayons back now.
I tell you, Mike, I swear, I need to get you your own show where you could just do at least like 30 minutes of routine and just make that shit look cool.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks. So what's going on with So I know you got other projects in the works. You know, we talked about Gemini Order. We talked about Red Raven. We talked about the Breed of Evil project. You know, everybody knows that right now the anime stuff's kind of on hold right now, all the animation. And now we're focusing more on graphic novels and comics right now. And of course, the X Show, which is doing phenomenal, with over 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, sir.
So I know that there's other YouTube projects that are coming into play. Like you've mentioned before, the JD 420 show. Where are we at on that right now?
Well, right at the moment, you know, we're still kind of, you know, coming up with some sketches as far as how we want that show to go. We actually just recently got us some camera equipment in, you know, something that doesn't have to be attached to the top of my computer screen.
So now you can take the show on the road and be more mobile.
Yes. Yes. All I have to do that is get a laptop.
There we go.
But for the sake of, you know, doing the 420 show right here in our home, you know, we're still kind of, you know, trying to come up with sketches, but we mostly just want to show people how conversations between us tend to go.
Okay. So is the JD 420 show going to be kind of like just a conversation between you and her, or like?
Well, we'll have conversations. We'll have guest co-hosts, yourself included.
Oh yeah, most definitely, anytime.
You know, and one thing that I definitely am trying to conceptualize with her about this show is we kind of want to watch people do stupid shit and then laugh at them.
Okay.
And kind of poke fun at just
works.
how this shit tends to happen.
I mean, that's cool. You can do like a compilation show where like people are doing stupid shit. Y'all do the commentary on it.
Yes.
That works.
Yes. You know, and not all of it's going to be conversation. Some of it's going to be, you know, some of it's going to be, you know, us looking up shit to laugh at.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people in this world nowadays, they get too anxious, too angry, too quickly. You know, so one thing that that definitely helped me coming up in the world, and I still watch stuff today, is I actually love comedies. I'm a horror movie buff. I find Freddy Krueger to be a comedian of his own right. But
welcome to prime time, bitch.
You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. You know what, Mike? I'm going to have to show you how it's done again.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
This is prime time, bitch! And the bad part is, I got to take my glasses off to do that.
Got to. You got to get the full look.
Yeah, Mike, we were talking right before we started the show, and looks like we're getting some torrential downpours out there.
Oh, man. I got nothing but sunshine on my end.
Dude, weather in Michigan has been shit lately.
I mean, I got a little bit of cloud out there right now, but it's nothing really too bad.
But, we were talking right before the show, and I was debating on whether or not I even wanted to wear my glasses. And you're like, dude, wear the glasses.
You don't look the same. Show everybody. Like, take your glasses off like you wanted to. All right, everybody. Look at X, right? Yeah, all can't tell me when he gets these comments fixed up. Let me know in the comments. Does he look crazier with or without the glasses? Because I think he looks like he's about to jump through the camera and slaughter somebody. And now, especially when he laughs like that. All right, now put the glasses back on.
No, what you should be concerned about is when I laugh like this.
Yeah, that's when Mr. Hyde comes out.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that composition of some of my favorite moments within the show, especially dealing with Magic Mike Ovard and him kind of getting all uppity about me pulling a Marvel with not giving too much information, neither confirming nor denying. That is one of his favorite moments within the entire show, and I just had to add it on there. So, this next little composition is to kind of give you guys a hint of what we're working on. These projects are not exactly the ones that are going to be seen, I guess you could say, but they're good representations of the projects we've actually managed to get a hold of and get things going on. We're very proud of our animation department, despite having so many hiccups happen just in this first part of the year. It's another reason why we're having to bring season 1 to an end. These projects require a lot more computing power than the average Joe can afford, even with investors. So we've been doing our best to kind of get these projects put together for you guys, because we don't want you to think that we make promises that we have no intentions of delivering on. This is not the case. We just simply run into problems. Murphy's Law is a bitch. If I could go back in time and shoot Murphy for coming up with Murphy's Law, I would. Because I swear, just knowing it exists makes it happen. But aside from that, we're really proud of our animation department, of how we've kind of been meandering our way through things. And we really hope that you guys will enjoy the animations that we're coming out with. We can't wait to get them started. We can't wait to show you guys. Some of this is not rendered in iRay. Some of it is. Some of it is viewport rendering. Some of it is actual rendered animations that we've come up with. But these are the projects that are coming out here soon. And we just wanted to show them to you. So, guys, pretty much to end this episode on a really positive note, I'm really proud to announce that our website, yes, the much talked about website that we've been promising you guys all year, has a launch date. As of July the 1st, our website, eldingstommerent.com, will actually be online and operational, and for a limited time only, all memberships will be given a 14-day free trial. Yes, the 99-cent gold status membership, that has a 14-day free trial, and our legendary status, which is a little bit more pricey. I don't know if everybody out there can afford it, but for a measly $2.99, you guys will be able to enjoy the legendary benefits that come with this membership. The website will be operational, online, and ready to go come July the 1st. And from July the 1st to September 1st, all memberships starting out, these are fresh, brand new memberships. So once you sign up, you will get 14 days free of charge. You will still have to pay the surplus to get you through the rest of the month. However, that won't be much. You guys can enjoy the 14-day free trial, free of charge, and check out all the benefits of actually having our website rather than just watching us on YouTube. And on top of that, you'll actually be able to access some pretty sweet swag that has been designed by myself, JJ420, and yes, even Mr. Magic Mike Ovard. And don't forget that all legendary status members get a freebie box once a month. This is a box containing 5 items completely on the house, selected at random, and shipped out as soon as you sign up. So, make sure, July the 1st, you mark it in your calendar, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the next milestone in our development. And we really appreciate everyone's support. We really appreciate you guys following us this far, helping us in gaining a whopping 1,276 subscribers. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed to our channel. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your dedication. And for one last time this season, I'm your host, Apex Rebel X, signing off one last time. I'll see you guys in July.